Alright, we're live once again. So today's episode we're going to be talking about the continuation of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing. So many articles popped up when I got online. Is Aquaman 2 in trouble? Is Warner Brothers looking for a new plan to go through Aquaman 2 without controversy and stuff? It's a very complicated issue now with Aquaman 2 and the Amber Heard thing. And for me, I'm going to give sort of my 2 cents and new Batman news of the Batman movies and stuff. And we're also going to be wrapping up the first book 1 of DK2, The Dark Knight Strikes Again. So it's kind of an exciting episode, sort of. But also, I want to talk about the new action figures and stuff. And I got the new Batman figure. The new Batman figure, grabbing a box. I opened it, by the way. I know some people who are toy collectors will sort of be cringing and freaking out over you opened the action figure. You know, got the figure itch, to quote Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins on their awesome podcast YouTube channel, action figures and stuff. And it's really cool stuff. It's by McFarlane Toys, because McFarlane Toys and Warner Brothers, McFarlane Toys and DC partnered up and releasing new action figures and stuff, because I think Mattel license dropped or something and stuff. So for me, it's kind of a cool, exciting thing to talk about. Because I haven't bought an action figure in a while. Like, the last one I bought was at a yard sale. And it was the very first Batman action figure I ever had. Which was sort of like it sort of looked like it was Batman the animated series. It sort of had the animated series look. But it was more like connection to the Batman vs. Predator comic. So the new McFarlane Batman figure, there's like several different versions of it, and it's really cool. Hey, McFarlane has a hashtag McFarlane Toys. Made in China. Really? Can't fucking make it in America? But anyway, let me get to... I'm going to talk about the figure later on. I'm going to wait for other people to drop in on the podcast. So... Hold on, I'm preparing articles. I'm going to be doing a announcement. The show is live. Alright. DC has announced Strange Adventures with Adam Strange written by Tom King, and the Tom King series is moving to the DC Black Label, which will be ages 17 and up. DC has announced the upcoming Strange Adventures by Tom King, Mitch Gerads, and Evan Doc Shanner and Clayton Cowles will be part of its DC Black Label mature readers imprint. I hope they fucking do it. Make it mature. I mean, the thing is, I will say this, DC, when they first announced their Black Label series, they dropped the fucking ball on that. When the whole freak out over Batman Damned, DC freaked out when everybody started going there's nudity in the book. It's a mature reader's book. It's part of DC Black Label. Mature readers. What do you think that was going to be in it? What do you think was going to be in the book? I mean, they freaked out over it, and it kind of aggravated me because it's a mature reader's book. It's going to be rated R. It's going to be rated R shit in that book. And they freaked out over it and stuff. And I hope that they, pull the trigger on making this, book mature readers, mature subject, mature artwork and stuff. I mean, not go pornographic, but type shit. It's not what I'm saying, but make it really mature adult book. Don't pussy out on it, on that, So anyway, the Strange Adventures was coming together, and we took a step back and looked at what made the most sense of the project. DC Group editor James S. Rich said in a statement, since the tone and themes were more in line of Mr. Miracle than say Tom King's work on Batman, we decided to make it more sense to give Strange Adventures its own space where Tom, Mitch, Doc, and Clayton could follow the story in all different places. It might take time. Take them. So sorry. Like Mr. Miracle's Strange Adventures is hugely ambitious, King said. By his definition, ambitious. Unlike Mr. Miracle, this is another tale of one man's trauma, angst, or trauma, or recovery. Strange Adventures is fundamentally about something larger, deeper, darker, and it's trying to speak to the nature of truth and how our assumptions about nature can tear us apart. So, they're moving it to the DC Black Label, which means I take it Tom King's taking his fucking time writing it, so hello. So I guess that's what it means, because here's what it is. Strange Adventures #1 by Tom King, Mitch Gerads, Evan Doc Shanner. Anytime someone calls himself Doc, they're kind of a douche. I mean, seriously. It'd be like me giving myself a nickname, Doc. It'd be like me giving myself a nickname when I'm writing a book, Josh Sexy B7. What the fuck? I'm just saying, anyone who gives themselves a nickname is kind of like a dipshit. Clayton Cowles. The book goes on sale March 7th and will ship with the ages 17 and up and the descriptor. An updated cover with the DC Black Label treatment than the original can be found below. You see, why did they just do that when they released Batman Damned? The cover of the book Strange Adventures, DC Black Label, ages 17 plus. Why didn't they do that with Batman Damned? It's they kind of what is the word? They kind of did the Amber Heard. They shit the bed and they ruined it. the chances and stuff. The book will be $4.99. It'll be one of 12 the first of 12 issues, 40 pages, cardstock covers. I hope they get to work on the Batman Catwoman series. I get to work on it. Like, that's what I want to see. I like I said, like, I don't look forward to buying Strange Events. Like, I have no real interest in it. But, you know. Anyway. Suicide Squad's new boss just did what Amanda Waller could never could. Did they kill Harley Quinn? Just saying. I want to read this one real quick. For those who don't know, they ever read Civil War, Marvel Civil War series, not the movie. A GoFundMe campaign has just been launched to help Fame Comic Inc. fight his blood cancer battle. Vines was diagnosed on January 27th, and after going to the doctor for chronic back pain, while there he discovered that he had multiple melanoma, a cancer that attacks the plasma of the blood. So go on GoFundMe and help Dexter Vines get funds to. He has already raised $25,315 on his $25,000 goal. Just go in there and donate to his campaign and stuff to help him, because for those who don't know, comic book inkers, pencilers, people who work in the Marvel comics don't have health insurance because they're owned by the bastard company and that bastard mouse, Mickey, and they probably don't give a shit about people who work in the comics. So go on GoFundMe, Dexter Vines, help him donate, his battle with blood cancer. So go in there and do some good, be a superhero for once. White Knight's supernatural cameo is badass but wasted. I've heard so many things about Curse of the White Knight. I have not read any of them. I bought some of the books of it. I just really wasn't invested in it. Like, I just had no real ambition and investment to read it, because nothing against. Basically, Jason Blood makes his cameo for the book, and it's kind of a waste. So I just sort of had that. I really didn't really have that interest in reading it. So anyway, let's get to the other article news. I want to talk about this cool Batman McFarlane figure that was really cool. Here's one. This one kind of surprised me. I want to read this movie news. Rick Moranis is negotiating a return for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot. For those who never seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves, it's a really goofy movie. And Rick Moranis, I kind of want to see him in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot, but I really want to see him in Ghostbusters. I want to see him show up in Ghostbusters for no reason. That's what I really want to see. I really rather see him in the Ghostbusters movie than anything. Indiana Jones 5 is no reboot. Harrison Ford has signed on, says Lucas President Kathleen Kennedy. Her saying that is a lie. Let's see. The Nicolas Cage starring movie about Nicolas Cage has landed a release date. Lionsgate has announced the release of the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, a movie starring Nicolas Cage about Nicolas Cage. Report is Dr. Seuss biopic is also in the works, starring Jim Carrey in the lead role. Yeah, I don't want to sound like an asshole about the Dr. Seuss thing. Dr. Seuss was not really that great of a person. I mean, I know I'm going to sound like an asshole and I'm going to ruin a lot of people's love of Dr. Seuss books, which, you know, the books are better than the person itself. Dr. Seuss is an adulterer. He cheated on his wife. His wife committed suicide because she blamed herself for not able to have children, and herself for his adulterous affair. Dr. Seuss was really a piece of shit person. And I don't really understand why people glorify this man. I mean, I love The Grinch, Cat in the Hat, but when you find out about Dr. Seuss the person, Dr. Seuss the person is a piece of shit. So, I don't know why they're making a movie about him. It's not really going to be that interesting to begin with. So, anyway, I want to read about the Nicolas Cage movie because I would buy that movie. I'm a fan of Nicolas Cage, so I wish he would play Thomas Wayne Batman in the DC Universe films. If they ever do Flashpoint movie, which I think they are, get Nicolas Cage as Thomas Wayne. That's all I'm saying. Really, for the Nicolas Cage meta comedy, the unbearable weight of massive talent has been announced. However, Cage fans have to wait a bit of a wait to go until the film drops, according to Deadline. The movie will hit theaters March 19th, 2021. Oh, shit. I have to wait another year. The plot features the real Nicolas Cage faced with the dearth of acting jobs. Money reluctantly accepted an offer of $1 million to appear in the biggest fan birthday celebration. The situation turns dark and violent, forcing Cage to reprise some of his most famous roles in order to save the lives of himself and his loved ones. I want to see this movie. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is directed by Tom Gormican. The story is based on Gormican co-wrote with Kevin Eden. Both created the Fox horror comedy series Ghosted, which is actually really good, which lasted like one season. It was a really good show, by the way. I couldn't believe they canceled it. So I look forward to seeing this film. The movie is going to be released March 21st. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent will be at the box office going up against Tomb Raider 2. Fuck Tomb Raider 2 and the new Paranormal Activity film. I want to see this movie. Why? I don't know why they're doing another Paranormal Activity film. Fuck that film. I want to see this Nicolas Cage film. I want to see it because it sounds really fucking good. So... And Nicolas Cage is really awesome. I hope they have him do the Angel from City of Angels, his Elvis Presley film, his character in Kick-Ass, where he played Big Daddy in Kick-Ass and the Kick-Ass films. I hope they bring him back to do that one. I want to see him in the... he was in one movie with John Lovitz where he played John Lovitz's brother, where they want to rob this bank which has no security system, and it's like in this small town. It's like the job is too good to rob. I want to see him play. I want to see him in the National Treasure. He's coming back to do National Treasure 3, which I'm happy. It's about time to do a third one. So I want to see him do these films. Like, one film I did not really like him in was Left Behind. Like, I read the Left Behind books. The books are really good. Very creepy, I'll admit. But the movie sucked. I'm sorry. The movie was just awful. The movie was garbage. So I look forward to seeing this film. And, like, Nicolas Cage is one of those great actors. Like if you ever watch Superman, The Death of Superman Lives, What Happens? He was really excited to play Superman. Him and Tim Burton, like, they were going to do, like, this entire different take of... I know, right? It was so bad. Like, the thing about Left Behind movie was they made it too action driven. Like, Left Behind is supposed to be about people vanishing. Like, the end is near. The end is happening. And people vanish. Instead, it was more like Die Hard 2, where they're on the plane. That's what it was about, basically. It was basically the plot of Die Hard 2. Like, I know they were supposed to be like, you know, this is a Christian movie, you know, but we're going to make it like a regular Hollywood movie. It's like, no, you tried too hard to make it Hollywood. Like, just stick to the book. Like, don't, like, try to make it Die Hard 2 where Nicolas Cage is the pilot. And they were supposed to do the sequel. It's actually the first time I'm happy they never did a sequel. I'd just rather watch the original films with Kirk Cameron than... And I don't even think Nicolas Cage was going to come back. I think he was just like, nope. And I think it's kind of interesting, though, because it's like... But, you know, if they ever have to cast, like, a Thomas Wayne Batman, I want to see Nicolas Cage play him. But anyway, he was in Superman. He was going to be Superman in Superman Lives. And by the way, don't look at, like, the regular photo with him with, like, the long hair, and he's like they took the photo when he was in mid-blink. Watch the video. There is a video in The Death of Superman Lives. Like, he was in the moment. He was like, you know, he was even doing like rehearsal lines by himself as Superman, because he was like, this was like his big role, as one person said. This was like his... He won an Oscar, but this was the one role he wanted the most, was to play Superman in a version where he felt like it would give the character justice. And I think he went on to like praise Henry Cavill for playing Superman. Like, he just thought Henry Cavill did a fantastic job as Superman. But this was like his one role, and it was really interesting to see him in that role. Like, and the video is so cool to watch because he's like talking about, like, he asked about the S symbol, and like in the final suit, him and Tim Burton were like talking. He's like, where did the S symbol come from? And Burton was like, it came from the modern, back then, like the modern comics of, you know, the current comics of today of Superman. He goes, oh, all right. I don't think he was really impressed with the S symbol, because they did like, it wasn't that suit was approved, it was like the next one, which looked more traditional Superman suit. Like, he even joked about, why does he have his underwear outside of his tights? Type of thing. He was like joking about it. Like, he was just like talking like how stupid Superman looks with the underwear outside the suit type thing. It was really a cool documentary, just watching one of my favorite actors in the Superman suit. And I'm not even a big Superman fan at all, but I was just like, this is really cool, because it would actually be the first Superman movie I would actually watch. I mean, I watched Man of Steel, and I actually liked it. I know a lot of people hated it, but I thought it was like, finally they made Superman actually relatable and interesting. But, you know, it was just one of those cool things, and I would love to see him play Thomas Wayne, Batman, in Flashpoint, because I think he would nail it. Like, I know a lot of people want to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan play it, but if Nicolas Cage played it, it would be really interesting to see how Nicolas Cage would do it. So, I look forward to this Nicolas Cage film. So, anyway, time for the, oh yeah, I gotta talk about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing. Let me get to the other website, Cosmic Book News. So, Wonder Woman 84 is a game changer, says Gal Gadot. I believe that when I see it. Anyway, Oh, here's one. The Batman movie. The Batmobile chase scene requesting cars from fans. Oh, let's read this one. Further details reveal about the big Batman Batmobile reveal will be, which will be filming in Glasgow, Scotland. I think that's where Sean Connery's from. A call has gone out from the production looking for locals to provide cars to be used in scenes, more than likely involving the new Batmobile that will film at the end of February. I wonder what the car's going to look like. A now deleted Facebook post to the American Muscle Scotland Facebook group via of UK Daily Records wanted US cars for upcoming movie in Glasgow. The post went on to say they are looking for US spec cars for the upcoming movie to be filmed in Glasgow. Why the fuck did they not film it in America? Just throwing that out there. The crew is looking for US manufactured from the late 80s to modern day. Here's the thing, why didn't they just film in America, Detroit? Just throwing it out there. Just saying, like, if you filmed it in, Detroit, or they couldn't film it in St. Louis because I would be arrested and banned. I would be arrested and banned from the set if they filmed it in St. Louis. I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there. Which would be Glasgow getting transferred into Gotham City, which will be the new film involving Robert Pattinson's Batsuit to be revealed. A recent post from a members also offer, hi folks, was there a post on here looking for cars filming in Glasgow at the end of February for the new Batman movie? Other members claimed that there was a post, but they didn't know what happened to it. They posted pics of their own cars they wanted to use for scenes said to be filming between February 22nd and the 23rd. Yeah, they're talking about the new Batmobile and stuff here. The Batman Batmobile could be a sports car or a muscle car. Please go for the muscle car. I'm just throwing that out there. It could possibly, they want a 1980s for a flashback scene, possibly involving Batman's origin. Oh, shit. Do you remember a certain film that came out last year that is dubbed like best film of the decade? That involves a certain family in Gotham in the 1980s. And there's like this big ass wild scene that caused a riot and a certain clown. Does anybody remember that film? Why do I all of a sudden have a conspiracy theory hat where they just mentioned the 1980s for a possible flashback scene? Why all of a sudden am I thinking, are they going to do what I think they're going to do? Connect the Joker movie to the Batman movie? Am I thinking of that? Like, am I the only one who's sort of like now has a conspiracy tinfoil hat now. Because if they are going to do what I think they're going to do, that shit is going to be crazy. That is going to be insane. To even think, like, the possibility of connecting it. I mean, like, now I'm going into conspiracy Alec Jones. You know. Alex Jones style. If, you know, I mean, like, you heard, like, Todd Phillips talk about wanting to do a Batman movie set in the Joker universe. So, word is using a modern cars also seems to be kibosh or on rumors. The flick is set in the past. Some fans are speculating the Batman will take place between the 80s, in the 1980s or the 80s. Regarding the new Batmobile, nothing has been known. A new guess for the Batmobile could be a muscle car or a sports car. If they go for a sports car, that'd be kind of cool because it'd sort of be like Batman Telltale, you know. I've been put in forth that Rob Pattinson will be a younger Bruce Wayne that is instead is going for the tank version, which please tell me they are not going to do the tank Batmobile. Because Nolan did it. If they're going to go start doing some stuff, taking parts from like the Batman trilogy, it's going to be one of the Dark Knight trilogy. It's going to be one of those things where they're going to be like, Nolan did it. It's going to be like the Simpsons episode in South Park, where Butters is trying to do something, and his little sidekick friend's like, Simpsons did it. Type thing. Because I will be that way. I will be like watching, like, Nolan. Now, I wouldn't mind, honestly, you know, seeing Sean Connery provide the voice for Bane. You think darkness is your ally? I wouldn't mind seeing Sean Connery do that. I mean, Tom Hardy did the perfect Sean Connery impression when he was playing Bane. Like, I want to see that version of Bane back. I, in fact, want to see the version of Bane from Harley Quinn show in the new Batman film with that voice. Even though, in a way, in my mind, I kind of want to see them go back to doing the traditional Bane from the comics, where Bane is like a Mexican luchador who is like looking for the next big opponent because he defeated and broken everybody he faced. As weird as that is, I kind of want to see that version of Bane. Even though they could have done it with Black Mask, but they ruined it. You know. So it's kind of weird though. I kind of want to see, as odd as it is, like with the Joker movie and stuff, I kind of want to see them do the Mr. Freeze movie, then I want to see them do like Bane movie. As odd as that is, like, I don't know if this sounds crazy, but have you ever played the video game Saints Row, where it's like the craziest shit that happens? I kind of want to see that version of a Bane movie, like the Saints Row type of movie with Bane as the main center point character. I kind of want to see that, like Bane is a Mexican luchador wrestler in Mexico, and all of a sudden he has to deal with this drug cartel, and he finds this new drug called Venom, and it gives him like this crazy strength and rage, and he just kind of goes fucking insane and goes after all rival gangs and becomes like the alpha El Jefe type character of Mexico. Then he has to take on like this drug cartel who kills his family, and all of a sudden he adopts this persona of Bane, and he just goes right after them. As weird as fucked up as that sounds, I kind of want to see that. And Mr. Freeze, of course, Heart of Ice. I want to see that movie. Michael Fassbender or Ben Kingsley as Victor Freeze. One of the two. Take my money. So that's the kind of film I want to see, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. Amber Heard's Aquaman future is uncertain amid Johnny Depp abuse scandal. Let's see, we talked about it before. A leaked recording revealed that allegedly Amber Heard assaulted, Johnny Depp. But also, remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 2 petition launches. They got over 125,000 signatures now. So, is the Aquaman movie in trouble? I honestly don't know. It could be kind of dangerous for the Aquaman movie. I know a lot of people are like, well, you can't remove Amber Heard. She's the big important character in Aquaman. It's like, actually, you can recast somebody in a film. But anyway, let's get to the Batman, figure. So anyway, we talked about it before early in the show. McFarlane Toys and DC partnered up for the DC Multiverse figures. That's right. There's new figures that's out. I ended up getting the animated series version of Batman figure because I love Batman the Animated Series. For those who don't know, I'm a diehard fan of that show. I actually, as weird as it sounds, like I want to cosplay as the animated series Batman. I really want to cosplay as that version because I love that version. I love the Dark Knight Returns Batman, but honestly, I love this version of Batman, the animated series version, because this is a funny story, as a kid growing up, I always wanted to dress up as that version of Batman for Halloween as a kid, and anytime my parents tried to get the costume, they didn't have it. And it always made me sad because I was just like, I really want to dress up as that version. They're like, you could dress up as Robin, and I'm like, I don't want to be Robin, I'm Batman. So I got the figure and stuff, and I actually like the look of the McFarlane design. You could tell it's McFarlane designed figure. I'm not going to complain. It's kind of really cool. They got 6 of them now, I think. Yeah, they got 6 figures, and I hope they do more. Let's see. They got Nightwing, Superman. I didn't see any Superman ones. They got the Harley Quinn, the animated series version, which actually looks really cool. Batman from Detective Comics 1000, which is actually designed by Jim Lee. And they got the Harley Quinn from the Birds of Prey series. I didn't see that. I did see one, but when I was in the aisle and I was holding the animated series Batman, I seen this one chick grab the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey one, wearing the Harley Quinn jacket. I didn't say anything. I didn't snicker. I didn't make a comment, because she looked genuinely happy to see this figure. She was like hugging it and holding it. And I actually didn't say anything. I was just like, oh, that's cool. And like I said before, I know a lot of people got angry with the comments I made about the film and stuff. Here's the thing. If you're going to go see the film, go see it. That's all I gotta say. If you like it, you love it, that's fine. Everyone has their own cup of tea in the DC universe. So if you like it, that's great. I did see some cool other figures and stuff. I didn't get to see the Joker stuff. My sister actually sent me photos of the Joker toys because she found them because my nephew saw them and he thought they were so cool. And he got the Joker root beer prank. And my sister sent me a snap, and we will get to the book, folks. There's not really that many pages to read. My sister sent me a Snapchat video of my nephew playing with the Joker prank shop Joker toys. I guess that's what they're called. Let me look at the photo. I'll read the title of it. Let's see what they're called. The Joker Prank Shop. That's what they're called. There's the root beer one, the snake chase prank. And by the way, I love the Joker cartoon drawing. It looks like the Joker from like the Batman Scooby-Doo crossover by the Hanna-Barbera one, and the Joker from Super Friends. I will admit that is really cool. The Joker Mega Pranks speaker. 10 sounds, try me, who will you prank? Ha 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 ha. Joker. It comes with, I think, the Joker prank thing, and it also comes with a Joker card. Let's see, we looked at the root beer one. The Joker Prank Shop Bang 2-in-1 Fake Out Blaster. Shoot crazy string and water. And I am not making this up. When you fire one of them, a Joker Bang flag pops out of the gun. Which I thought, that is so cool. I see why my nephew thought they looked so cool. The ones I saw were like the new Batman figures and stuff. I seen the DC Batman action adventure figures. They came out with like new ones with new box designs. Like you buy the little figure, which is like $7, and it comes with like 3 different things and 3 mystery things and with the figure. So they look really cool. The thing I like about the DC multiverse stuff, and I hope they release more, I hope they do a Catwoman one. So the cool thing about it is they come with different cards. They come with different card designs, and they're like baseball cards. So this was obviously a McFarlane figure, because Todd McFarlane loves baseball stuff. So obviously they're going to come with baseball cards type thing. And the cards kind of, let me find it. I have the Batman animated series one. So so hold on, I gotta open this one thing. Alright. So the figure card comes with the, like, Batman swinging towards the camera in Gotham. Data file is what it is on the back of the card. Source: Batman the Animated Series. Animation 1992. Real name: Bruce Wayne. Height 6'2", weight 210. When 2 shots rang out, Bruce Wayne's life changed forever. He pledged himself to justice. That's right, justice. And he has upheld that oath for years, wearing many names: the Dark Knight, the world's greatest detective, the Cape Crusader. He battled tragic foes like the Joker, the Penguin, Mr. Freeze, and so many more. But deep inside he knows that he shares something with them, that most of humanity wouldn't understand. A commitment to the fight. So that is really, I really like that they came with a card, a baseball card. Like, you really don't see comic book cards anymore. Like, they used to have them back in the 90s, like the Marvel cards. And I think, like, after a while, they sort of, like, lost their value because it's not like a comic book, you know? It's like but this, it comes with a action figure, which I really like. I think it's really cool. And I hope that with McFarlane, they kind of come out with more newer stuff, newer things, and new cool things. So I really like it. I really miss the DC Justice League action figures. They were I still have mine to this day. I have the Batman one. I wish they had like the Catwoman one. I wish Catwoman was in the Justice League action. But one thing I did see is a lot of DC superhero girls stuff, which I think is really cool. I hope McFarlane Toys kind of come out with new stuff for them, for the DC superhero girls. Give them something new, like. So I think it's really cool. I like the DC superhero girls stuff. I think it's really cool and stuff. And I remember my nephew kind of got embarrassed, like he watched it, and I said to him, like, "Hey, dude, I watched Powerpuff Girls, so." When I was your age, so there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong liking other things. So, and for those who are wondering, who is my favorite, Buttercup. Buttercup was my favorite of the Powerpuff Girls. So, I can't believe I admitted that. So. So, anyway, let's get to the book. Enough of new embarrassing details coming out. But I do believe the theory that the Powerpuff Girls and Samurai Jack are connected. I do believe that theory, so I do like Samurai Jack. So, anyway, back to the comic. We see Captain Marvel, Shazam, Superman and Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman asks Superman to speak to her. Superman, we can't go on like this. Look at us, hiding on the dark side of the moon, like a pack of cowards, skulling about the same rooms where we used to strut as the glory-born Justice League of America. All the while letting monsters rule the world. What have we become? You become exactly what I always dreamed you would be, Kent. A planet of tamed servants. Each of you to the will of your betters. But now you screwed up. A big-ass face appears at the window of a crusty old man, Lex Luthor. You thought the board would tolerate this violentism of our terms. You thought you could conspire against your masters. You thought you could keep this meeting a secret from me. My agents are everywhere. Did I ever mention I don't really like Lex Luthor? I mean, how is he supposed to be like the smartest villain, equal to Superman, and he's like this? Lex Luthor, evil genius, arch fiend, everywhere. Even your lovely island, dear Diana. It would be a pity to incinerate it. Your women may yet be yet of some use. And it would be just plain cruel to torture your sweet little Mary to death, Batson. Shazam, you bum. And still, small gesture is merited for some gentle slap on the wrist, just as we understand each other, which brings us back to you, Kent. Allow me to turn the stage over to my old friend, the planet-conquering partner, not conqueror. Lex, not a conqueror. Merely a humble collector. Brainiac, the plague of the world. Why does Brainiac look like a green, turtled out of shell? I mean, seriously, I gotta take a photo of this. This version of Brainiac, he looks awful. He looks like Martian Manhunter without his outfit. And Kandor, the Bottle City Kandor, in his hand. I never properly thank you for rescuing this proud city from your doomed planet, Kent. True, I stripped your fellow Kryptonians of their powers. I made them very, 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 very small. How many berries can you add? But they live. At my whim. They live. My whim. I know you've got good eyes. Boy, watch closely. No, don't do this, Superman said. Diana looks. She has the same expression on her face. I guess many plastic surgeries can do that. Superman, I beg you, don't. I mean, seriously, she has the same expression in different pages. Damn. Watch and listen to my plaintive cry of my captive rebel leader, your fair cousin Kara. She's calling your name. Kara. Cal, where are you? Why have you forsaken us? Don't miss a detail. After my bottle holds your kin. Your only kin. Your only kin. Good Lord. He's repeating himself. He's one of those people who repeats himself. A family is selected. An entire family. Another Kryptonian bloodline lost for all time. He kills them. The artwork's not really that good. I'm just throwing it out there now. We know you're upset, but come on, buck up. Come on, buck up. It sounded like he was going to say, come on, buckaroo. There's a bright side to everything. Your heroes have saved us time. Getting together like this, we can give you three your marching orders all at once. I really want to know what Miller was thinking when he was writing this stuff. I really want to know. All you will find out what happened to Ray Palmer and Barry Allen, and who is behind this recent disturbance. You will deliver the lot to us. Diana says something. I can't hear it. My friends got their ships. They fall to Earth. Bruce, you and me, we're gonna have to talk. We have us a talk. We're gonna have a talk, basically, is what he's saying. Look up in the sky. It's a douchebag. I'm sorry. I know some people are going to get pissed about me making fun of Superman, but seriously. Look, up in the sky. Gosh. We're all impressed down here. I guess it's Batman, like, laughing. We've got incoming. Big time, Carrie Kelly says. Goodness, Clark. Your blood is up. That sonic boom of yours must have taken out half the windows in Gotham. It's not like you to have wasted so many taxpayers' dollars. Oh man, what a bitch slap right there. Children, to your quarters. Leave the little challenge to the old farts. Tune in and watch and learn. Woof. This is going to be large. Taxi flies in the air as Superman dramatically comes down from the sky. You're as suitable as ever, big guy. Nobody ever know we're coming. Superman crashes into the Batcave. What an asshole. He just destroys the Batcave, not really giving a shit about people's property. But I never had a doubt you'd be on your way. The moment I inconvenience the dirtbags who pull your strings. And I've had years to prepare my welcome. Superman. Bruce, it doesn't have to be like this between us. Why does he always say that? Like, he said it in The Dark Knight Returns before he got his ass kicked by Batman. Like, Batman was like letting him hit him and stuff, and finally Batman was just like, fuck it, I'm ending this shit. And he just like beats the shit out of Superman. Once he fired kryptonite at him, he just unloaded everything at Superman. He fucked him up on sight, is basically what he did. Sure, it does. I've got a world to set free, and you're in my way. Meet Fido, his dinosaur. Remember the dinosaur in the Batcave? He's basically letting Fido take. Superman, you've got to be kidding. Superman flies through the dinosaur's head. What a jerk. Kidding. You want a joke? You want a big, fat belly laugh? Here's one. Bizarro comes at Superman. Hi. Me am your biggest fan. Bizarro says. Me love you so much, me want to make you die a very painful death. Superman hits Bizarro in the head. It's a robotic Bizarro. You hit a new low, Bruce. Bizarro, we knocked my block off me. So happy. Do it again. Barry, slow down, old bean. Let me show you. Faster than a speeding bullet. Barry throws, I guess they're landmines on Superman. Barry, what? Superman covered in landmines. Boom, 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 boom. Blowing up. Yeah. That's the problem with all those high and mighty powers. They made you cocky overconfident. You never learned. You think strategically. Sorry. I did. Pardon me. While I drop 90 tons of planet Earth on you. Next thing you see is Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow. Rumble. Rise and shine, Boy Scout. Ain't none of us getting any younger. Oliver Queen. Billionaire turned communist. like Bernie Sanders. As fine an archer as the world has ever seen, the Green Arrow. Oliver whistles. Got the world on a string. Got the string around my finger. There you are. It's about damn time. He says the GD word, but I ain't gonna say it. Oliver hits Clark with an arrow. That's right. Squander your precious heat vision. Right on cue. Detonate. Load of kryptonite napalm. Kind of sounds like the same thing that they did in The Dark Knight Returns. You never was much in the smarts department. I love that. You were pushing 60 smarts counting. He's all yours, Professor Palmer. Be gentle. The man's having a bad day. It's nothing personal, Clark. Sure, I'm enjoying every second of this, but it's nothing personal. Having a very little man bounding about in your inner ear works hell on your equilibrium, doesn't it? I feel sorry for you, but I don't. That's enough, Ray. He's ready. Clark, Superman, Bruce, I just want to talk. Batman hits. Batman's wearing kryptonite gloves, by the way. Punches Superman repeatedly, crushing his head against the cave ground. Batman, I'm done talking. Get out of my cave. And that's the end of book 1, by the way. So, we ended book 1. I guess we'll kick off the second book. Then I kind of want to talk about other crazy stuff, but anyway. Let's get to, we'll kick off book 2, I guess, tomorrow. Oh boy. Yeah. The cover of book 2 of the DK2, Dark Knight Returns 2, is Superman and Wonder Woman basically doing it on the cover. It's kind of like, why? Like, why did you put that in the cover? It's like, no one doesn't want to see that. For those, I gotta say this, like, as much as people want to shit on the Miller thing, I mean, as much as people, not say shit on Miller thing, but as much as people love the New 52, like the Superman, Wonder Woman romance, Super Wonder, as they call it, or Wonder Super. Wonder Super is what I'm going to call it, because it sounds stupid. Those are the same people, by the way, are the ones who are saying, I don't like Frank Miller's Batman. Miller's Batman is bad. Guess what, dipshits? He's the one who planted the seed for the Superman Wonder Woman hookup romance. But anyway, I digress. Alright, on this article, this is on Bleeding Cool. Once my computer stops freezing up. Alright. These stupid ads. Seriously, enough with these ads. Tom says, anything Tom King says, I kind of cringe. Tom King was the guest on John Sider's Royal Balloon podcast. Never heard of it. during which he talked about the manner of comics and movie projects, but also the end of his run on the Batman and planning for the Batman Catwoman with Clayman. That's a good name, by the way. Clayman. When being asked about his decision to kill Alfred Pennyworth off, whether he got pushback from the DC Comics over it, he replied he didn't get pushback, but push forward. He said that he had a cliffhanger where Alfred died, but it was written so we would discover that he wasn't dead after all. Indeed, at the time Bleeding Cool was looking up a specific setup of him as a magic trick performed for Damian, who was in the position to set and fixed. But that DC asked why Alfred wasn't dead, that King's take was that he's Alfred. He has lived forever. But DC Comics told him, no, he's dead. And he said, that's crazy. That's a crazy thought. At which point, he became the first DC Comics creator to name a certain story that Bleeding Cool has scooped up last summer, telling us that 5G is happening right. 5G, as Bleeding Cool has it, is the 5th generation of superheroes, which, by the way, I look forward to this crazy, stupid shit. To follow 4 established generations, beginning with Wonder Woman Man. That's right, because they're talking about making Wonder Woman a transgender woman. So it'd be Wonder Woman Man. I know I'm going to get a lot of people pissed off about that joke, but I don't care. This will see all the comic book characters in the DC universe age up, which leads to replacement in their roles by new characters. At this point, Tom King says Batman losing Alfred starts the events that trigger the 5G off. Where he sees losing his connection with humanity as he regards Alfred as his real father, not a parallel Flashpoint version of Thomas Wayne. And King says that this will lead to huge repercussions going forward, even though he is writing his planned story in the Batman Catwoman series. He has written 4 issues so far. Clayman has taken necessary time to draw it. It will be the 50-year relationship from the moment that they met until they die, reflecting his story and the story that he and Lee Weeks told in Batman Annual 2. Oh, and he has also mentioned that the series, when it's eventually published, there will be 2 alternate version covers for each issue by Jim Lee and Travis Charest. And there will be a lot of kissing between Batman and Catwoman. Okay, time for my thoughts of it. I kind of want to see, Batman stick around, Bruce Wayne stick around, stuff. But I don't want to see Luke Fox be the replacement Batman. I know a lot of people are going to be like, that's racist, you don't want to see a black man as Batman. Honestly, I don't. I really don't. I mean, it's basically Black Panther, but in the DC universe. If I want to see a person take over as Batman, I'd rather see Damian Wayne take over as Batman. Fuck it. I want to see Damian Wayne Batman. I mean, he was fucking awesome in Batman Incorporated. That shit was awesome. He has a Robin, which is basically his cat, Pennyworth. I think that was his name in the Batman Incorporated. Like, he had a cat that was basically Robin, his sidekick. Or, like, that shit is awesome. I kind of want to see that. I want to see Damian Wayne Robin. I mean, Damian Wayne Batman. That's what I'd rather see. Like, I don't want to see, like, a new guy take over as Batman who has no history or any connection to fans and readers. I'd rather see Damian Wayne take over as Batman. Or, you know, be done with Batman. As weird as that sounds, but, you know, it's like, if you don't want Damian Wayne as Batman or Tim Drake as Batman, then what's the fucking point of doing Batman anymore? I mean, honestly, like, what is the point of it? Because it's like, you're given a character who you're immediately going to be like, he's better than Bruce Wayne as Batman. It's like, bullshit. Bullshit. No one can be Batman unless it's Bruce Wayne. Then, you know what? Make it Damian as Batman. Damian's take on Batman would be better, because it would be sort of like the torch being passed down to the son to take over the mantle. So, for me, I don't want to see, you know, I don't want to see, you know, what's next for it. But anyway, I loved, the next story I'm going to talk about is, I loved the Dark Knight's Metal series, which was so awesome. Capullo, Snyder, brilliant job with Dark Knight's Metal. But now they announced the Capullo Snyder's Metal 2, the sequel to the Dark Knight's Metal. We understood that there was plans by Greg, you know, before Greg Capullo drew the Reborn for Image Comics. Capullo and Snyder has announced Death Metal. They released the first image of Death Metal, which you see before. You don't see it on here, but anyway. The so-called Death Metal will be having Wonder Woman as the lead character for Death Metal. After going from the Dark Knight's Metal, we're getting Death Metal, where Wonder Woman will have her chainsaw, her Wonder Chainsaw. I'll be honest with you, it looks pretty cool. I will admit, Wonder Woman looks pretty cool in this series. I mean, she has long black hair with blue highlight tips. It's a far departure from the Mohawk, which I thought was really cool. They should have kept that. But I will admit, it looks pretty cool, and I will admit, I will probably buy it. Because I love Dark Knight's Metal. I wish they would do a video game or an animated film. And I love Last Night on Earth, because obviously Batman won't be in it, because Last Night on Earth was the last Batman book by Snyder and Capullo. They were like, we're done. This is it. And it was a really epic tale and stuff. I really liked it. I mean, it was pretty cool seeing Joker as Robin. And I love the moment between Batman and Catwoman, because there's like this touching moment between them. It was a very beautiful moment. Like, no words was said between those two. They just locked eyes with each other, and that was it. I mean, he did say a few words, and she said a few words, but they locked eyes. It was like this emotional comfort for him. Like, everything's fine. Type of thing. And I look forward to seeing what is next for this Death Metal series. I do look forward to it. And, you know, I will say this. I can't wait to read it, because I am a big fan of Snyder and Capullo. They are by far the best duo in comics, and I take it from what I've read, like, they are not big on the 5G plan for DC. which is gonna suck. So anyway, I will kick off the second book for Dark Knight series, and by the way, I do love alright, I love the Dark Knight series, so I can't wait to see this. Alright. The kickoff for Dark Knight. DK2, the Daily Planet magazine. A nude woman with the Superman symbol on her ass. And the bottom of it says, "Superhero chick, how far will it go?" Miller has a very unique style of storytelling. A woman dressed as Black Canary. Chat live with Black Canary. Go on www.superchicksrule.com. Don't go on the website. I don't even think it's real. So, and no, I am not looking it up because you don't know what the hell it could be. Woman dressed as Black Canary. Now, who would censor little me? One man, I don't know who the hell he is, he doesn't have a name. Has everybody gone nuts? What in the hell is going on? Just when you thought it was safe to go off your sorry butt and haul it out of the house, we've got crazy people running around in costumes that look like they're sprayed on. Are they heroes or are they assholes? I love Miller's writing because he's just like batshit crazy. Another dude, don't know his name, doesn't have his title. I think the whole superhero thing is playing with the public. Just look at the polls. Oh, pish tosh. Some dude, I don't know who he is. The American people are drooling. Pack of trigalots and expeditionism. This is expeditionism, pure and simple. Symptomatic of coercing of our culture. Another dude, don't know who he is. He kind of looks like that one dude, that one radio host that used to work for Howard Stern. He got banned because he made like a racist. He made a joke about a female basketball team by calling them nappy-headed hoes. I forget the dude's name. He looks like that dude. I don't know his name. Hold on, let me look it up. Yeah, anytime I have to look it up because it will aggravate me because I'm like, this dude looks familiar. Check Google radio host Howard Stern used to work for. Trying to figure out who the fuck did he work for. Trying to figure out, folks, so hold on. Because anytime I can't figure out who I'm talking about, I have to look it up. Don Imus. That's who he looks like. That dude looks like Don Imus. So, anyway. The Don Imus looking dude. What that means, what he's talking about. That's who he looks like. He looks like Don Imus. So, anybody. Yeah, so don't look up. I don't know who Don. He looks like Don Imus, and Don Imus was not that fun to listen to. We're talking about real people, real lives here. This woman looks like Hillary Clinton. Before Hillary Clinton went batshit crazy. Some of these people are putting themselves in mortal danger. Even these super chicks are risking arrest, which means something to people. Wonder Chick. It's not like we're, like hurting anybody or anything. I'm like, get a clue. Miller really did figure out how to write female heroes. And by the way, I am not saying that. I'm not agreeing with people who say Miller can't write female characters. He can. He created Elektra. He wrote Catwoman. He created Carrie Kelly. So, this one dude, I don't know who he looks like. We're paying our government to collect our trash, dispose of it. The president has simply decided to apply that dynamic culturally. The Don Imus looking dude. I don't understand what anybody's saying. So, anyway. That was the first 2 pages I'm reading, and we're gonna wrap up the podcast. We'll get back to reading the Dark Knight 2 book some other day. I'm happy that we finished the first one, and it's really cool talking about it. So anyway, final thoughts are, what do I think of this 5G plan? I think honestly it's going to last a year. I think there's no other plans that they have. I mean, honestly, I honestly believe the theory that moving Tom King's book to Black Label, the DC Black Label series, I honestly think they are somehow, some way, they're going to try to move other older comic book characters to the Black Label. Because, honestly, has the Black Label series books raised enough money? Has they made enough money for the DC thing? And you gotta remember, the Black Label started in 2018. And there has been a lot of good books out, but the question is it becoming a money draw? Is it drawing in enough money to keep going? I mean, they closed down a lot of things like Vertigo. They closed, DC Kids, and I think they moved them to Zoom. Or they closed Zoom and DC Kids and stuff. But also they canceled a lot of books. They cut down a lot of books. And I'll be honest, I think that the Batman Giants, the giant books that they sell at Walmart make more money than the DC Black Label. And I really think they really need to push those giant books out. They need to really push those books, because they could get money off of them. And they need to tell Walmart and stuff that you need to put these books out and get people's attention. You need to get these books out there and get people's attention, because if kids see these books, they will probably buy them, or parents will buy them for their kids and stuff. I like buying them, even though people look at me weirdly like, why are you buying this book? I don't really give a shit. I like buying comic books, because that's me. I am a comic book nerd, geek, whatever you call it, and stuff. And I like buying Batman shit. I have a lot of Batman stuff, and it's pretty It's pretty funny though, because some people are like, "Man, you are bat crazy." I'm like, "There's a word between bat and crazy." Soulmates. Yes, we are soulmates. And honestly, like, these giant books are great. Like, I got mad one day at Target. I was in Target one day, and I did not like how they displayed the comics and stuff. Like, they just threw them on the shelves and stuff like that. And they had these Batman giant books, like the giant Batman Detective Comics. And they just threw them, they just flung them on the shelves. They just threw them on... They just threw them on the shelves and just did not care about it. And that aggravated me, because I'm like... And I said to the manager or associate, like, you're charging $9 for this book, and like, look, you got to rip on the page cover. You got to rip on the cover. It's like, and I'm like, I'll be honest with you, I would not buy this book, because that is a rip on the page, and you're charging me $10 for that book. And that alone, you cost not only yourself the money, but you cost DC Comics the money. Because that is a $10 book, and there's a rip on that page. I ain't buying it. And I didn't buy it. And that's the thing about it, is like, this aggravates me and stuff. And it's like, you don't charge people money for like a damaged product. Like, you want somebody to buy a new product. And I said to the person, like, you should not throw these books on the shelves and just leave them there and be like, I don't care, type of thing. Because that alone shows you have no respect or value for the customer and the product you're selling. That is the problem with it. And Walmart has all these cool, like, box things, which I would love to have. Which is like, and at the end of it, it's like when they're out of books, it's like out of stock, and there's like a defeated Superman, like, covering his head and stuff, where they display the comics and stuff. And it's really cool. Like, I wish Target, I bet Target has it, but they're just too damn lazy to put it on there. And they're the reason why DC Primal Heroes didn't last so long, because it was only sold in one store, Target. It's like if DC Primal Heroes by Funko was for sale at Walmart and stuff, it would be a big hit. And only like was at Walmart. It was only at Target. I bought two figures. I bought the Batman and Mr. Freeze, and my nephew took the Mr. Freeze one. But I have like the T-shirt, the Batman Primal Hero, where he's like, and stuff. It's pretty cool stuff. So I have the comic, and I like the comic, and I wish they would finish it. I wish they would do another one, but they won't. So anyway, let's see what books came out by Black Label. I bought the the Batman White Knight Von Freeze. March 25th, 2020, they will wrap up the Curse of the White Knight. I will buy the Curse of the White Knight when it's on trade paperback. I don't have the first book, so I think I bought like 3, and I think I have like 3, 4, and 5. So no, wait. Yeah, I have 4, 5, and 6. Sorry, those are the 3 I have. I don't have the third one. Joker and Harley, criminally insane. Sorry, Joker and Harley, criminal insanity. Joker, Killer Smile. I've never finished. I never bought it. I seen it the first time. I thought it looked stupid. So, let's see. The Question. The Death of Vic Sage. Never bought it. Wonder Woman, Death Earth. I haven't read it. Birds of Prey by Brian Azzarello. Haven't read it. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Not interested. This book became unproduced which is The History of the DC Universe by John Ridley, who is rumored to be taking over Batman after Batman hits 100, because DC is rumored to be pushing out James the Fourth, or James Tynion, or James Tynion. I think it's Tynion. They're planning on trying to get rid of him to bring in John Ridley to write Luke Fox Batman. Batman the Three Jokers. Still waiting for that fucking book. It's been since 2016, since the beginning of Rebirth. They were supposed to be bringing that book out. They never did. Let's see. They, of course, re-released... they have the Collector's Edition, which is Batman Damned, White Knight, Harleen, and Superman Year One, which was not bad. Which wasn't bad. It was kind of, like, weird. All-Star Batman and Robin, which is now going to be released pretty soon by... They're going to be reprinting it. Here's the reprint books they're doing. All-Star Batman and Robin, All-Star Superman, Arkham Asylum, A Serious House on Serious Earth, The Dark Knight Returns, The Dark Knight Strikes Again, which we're reading, Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. I guess it will be the third book we'll be doing after DK2. The Killing Joke. I've never bought The Killing Joke, and I have no interest in buying The Killing Joke. That is like the one Batman book I will never buy, because I don't like The Killing Joke book. I'm sorry. I don't really like it. Long Halloween. Wish it was made into an animated film. Batman Year One. I am tempted to buy it, but I'm just kidding. I have Batman Year One, so I love that book. Batman Year 100, I will definitely buy that once it's reprinted. I will buy it, because it is a really good book. I love the artwork. The artwork's brilliant. DC The New Frontier. I probably will buy that once it's reprinted. I do love The New Frontier. It is by far my favorite Justice League book. Joker, Brian Azzarello's Joker. Kingdom Come, Luthor, Man of Steel. Frank Miller's Ronin, Superman, Red Sun, they could keep it. Watchmen. So, it's kind of weird though, like, they, So those are the republished books. So anyway, it's time to wrap up the show. I do look forward to seeing what they're going to do with the 5G. I know a lot of people are kind of dreading it, but I I missed the boat with the Marvel shitstorm that happened when Marvel went completely insane. I look forward to the 5G. I do. I look forward to it, because I will, if they are doing what I think they're going to do, like the rumor is, like, John Kent will be Superman, which I'm sure Bendis is wetting himself over, because he's like, this is going to be so great, we could push the fucking Superman out the door, and we'll have John Kent, the, teenage angst Superman. I'm sure him and Dan Didio are like foaming at the mouth of excitement for it. Luke Fox, Batman. I don't look forward to it. I don't like the idea of it. I'm sorry. I think that Damian Wayne should be Batman, in my opinion. That's my thought of it. They should make him Batman. Batman Beyond with Damian Wayne. That's my thought of it. Is it? I don't know what Captain Cold's son being the Flash. Again, I don't like it. It's stupid. Wonder Woman. The rumor of it is what I heard is Wonder Woman will be replaced by a transgender woman. I repeat, the rumor of it is Wonder Woman will be replaced by a transgender woman. That is stupid. That is... I know there's going to be some people who are going to say, like, it's transphobic to say that. You know, it's insensitive. It's stupid because you're replacing a female iconic character that women and girls look up to, and you're replacing Wonder Woman with Carol Ann Jenner, basically. You know how stupid that shit is? And I'm not the biggest Wonder Woman fan. I love the movie, you know, the movie was good and stuff. The animated movie I actually watched and it was okay. Like, wasn't my favorite, but I love Wonder Woman's cameo and Harley Quinn. That was pretty hilarious. But this is just... That idea is just wrong. Wrong. So many levels. Wrong on so many levels. That is just bad. So, my thoughts are it's dumb of DC to do this, but hopefully it's just a rumor. Like I said, if it's a rumor, then I'm fine with it. So, but if it's true, I cannot wait to demolish this book by the 5G plan. And by the way, 5G cell phones kill, so... So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully there's more news coming up. Hopefully Tom King will talk more about the 5G. Hopefully people get on Twitter and just ask him, like, hey, what's up with this 5G thing that you talked about on this podcast show? Hopefully people will do that, because hopefully he'll talk more, because if he is, I cannot wait to talk about it on this show. But so anyway, tomorrow's episode, I guess we'll read parts of DK2 and talk about other things. And one thing I really want to talk about is I'm going to find more stories about this 5G, DC 5G, and look up some stuff about the McFarlane DC toys. Hopefully they release some new blueprints of new action figures coming out by McFarlane, because I love the Batman animated series one, and it's really cool. I have the Catwoman from the new Batman Adventures. I love the animated series version, and hopefully they will release that version in the action figures, because I would love it. So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow.